Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about a very unique lighting system that came out from SureFire. It's called the SureFire XC1. Now what makes this system so unique is its form factor. All right, just to let you guys know, this VP9 has been safety checked before the video started. So there it is. What you'll notice is that it's a little bit different than a traditional weapon system or weapon light system. So just as a example, albeit a little bit of an old example, is the Streamlight M3. And just by comparison, we can kind of go and put one down next to it. And you'll notice that the XC1 is significantly thinner. So, with that being said, a traditional weapons light, like the M3, will run on a CR123 battery. That's your standard SureFire battery, and it seems to be, your industry standard in terms of weapon light systems. But SureFire went a different route with the XC1. What they ended up doing is going with the smaller form factor battery, the AAA. And it's a standard AAA battery that's you guys probably have in your drawer somewhere in the house, right now. So what they ended up doing is this allowed them to have a much smaller and thinner form factor than a traditional M3, TLR1, traditional SureFire flashlight. So that's pretty cool, and that's what drove me to want to actually purchase this because of the, ounces equals pounds kind of philosophy, where I want something that's lightweight, but I still want the capability of having a light system for use in low light to no light scenarios. So I think it's a really good idea that they had. Again, this has been safety checked, but you'll notice that there's like a little hex screw right here. This is where the actual AAA comes in. Yeah, there we go. Now we got good focus. This is the actual compartment with the single LED light that's going to come from the SureFire. And now it does, just to let you know, it does have a reflector, so it's going to give a little bit more of a beam and be a little bit more efficient, but you probably can't see the reflector due to the lighting system light I have around here. So yeah, it does have the traditional paddle, so you can index the light. I apologize, there's some fire engines going on in the back. Just wait for a second. Okay, I think they passed. All right, so it has a traditional indexing feature, like a TLR3 or the M3 has. But what makes this a little bit unique is that it doesn't actually have a constant on feature with the paddle. In order to do the constant on, you're going to actually have to push a button. So this button, when pushed, will give you a constant on. Now this might be good with somebody, for some people, but for me personally, I really don't like it. I've got a lot of muscle memory and training with the M3s and the TLR1s, and then traditionally with these lights, that is turning it. You get the momentary on, or you turn it the other direction and you get the constant on. I wish SureFire would have gone with this in the first place, but they opted not to for whatever reason. I think partially what it has to do is with the form factor of the of the AAA battery, and maybe they just didn't have enough space in there to put it efficiently and make it such a small form factor that they were going after. So originally, I really wanted to love this weapon light. I wanted to love it, and it's a really cool concept. You can get AAA batteries that are rechargeable, and I make these little solar kits that will charge a AAA or a AA battery. Basically, the whole kit is in the size of an Altoids tin, so really lightweight, and you can have an infinite amount of energy with this little power station. So I run all my electronics in my go bag, bug out bag with either AA or AAA for this reason, that I can recharge them. So I was super excited when I saw the XC1 come out and hit the market, and I ended up purchasing one of the very first ones that came out. Now, I really wanted to like this product, but however, I think there's an insane design flaw, and that has to do with the mounting of the actual XC1. So, what you'll notice here is that there's a little block of steel. And what ends up happening is you index this little screw, the block of steel will pop out, you slide it onto the rail, like on my VP9, you tighten up the screw. Sounds easy enough, sounds like a simple mechanism of getting and attaching a weapons light, not much unlike other weapon lighting systems out there. But however, what ends up happening is these two bars have to be in complete sync with each other. The two metal bars, one with the screw at the end and the other one being this guy right here, have to be in sync with each other. And there actually is a mechanism of timing in having to do and tighten this. And what ended up happening is I was tightening, thinking I was going to get the screw, thinking that I was getting the secure fit, and then the flashlight would just fall off. But some people have gone and continued to wrench on that screw and literally broken the screw on the XC1. So there you go. That's the screw I'm talking about. See if the camera will zoom in. So yeah, and it literally sheared the screw. And it's easy to do, but what I found is that you have to get this little bar that's down under the screw and the other one on the other side to be moving almost at the same time in order to get this attached. This was such a pain in the ass to get attached. This is not coming off. I don't want to attempt this again. And quite frankly, it's just going to stay on there. And when I take it off, I'm probably not going to mount it onto anything. And I think this is a huge flaw in the XC1 and something that SureFire really needs to go back and look at. Because if you look at a weapon light like the M3, all it is little springs pushed down onto a little metal rail system here, slide it on, and then let go, and the springs will lock into place in the rail. It's easy, simple. SureFire, please, please, please fix the mounting system on the XC1. It's horrendous. It's a great light, but it's turned a lot of people off just with the mounting system. And I've heard a lot of people have broken them. But other than that, it's a great system. I mean, it puts out 200 lumens. It's got a runtime of about 1.5 hours, which is not really impressive on either end. But I think for a low light, no light scenario, it's great. I mean, 200 lumens is perfect. You're not going to, it's not going to blow anybody's socks off. You're not going to be able to, hail somebody from 12 miles away with it, but still, it's enough capability in a small enough form factor where I think it really works. They just need to go and fix the mounting system. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning. Please like and subscribe.